If you think you don't like mezcal, it's because you haven't tried this drink. And the best part is, it's only 4 ingredients. Let me introduce to you guys the Last Oaxacan. Welcome back to the Elixir Lounge. I'm Zach, and we're at Galindo's Coffee and Elixirs here in the Woodlands, Texas. And today, we've got a fun episode for you guys. We're gonna be making one of the most popular drinks that we have here at the bar called the Last Oaxacan. That's a riff on the last word where we swap out the gin for a really nice mezcal. So come on down, grab a seat at the bar, get comfortable, and let's create magic, 1 pour, 1 stir, and 1 sip at a time. This drink is always a fun one to show people because it has that element of almost surprise whenever somebody tastes it. Now, I'm gonna be honest, the first time that I ever tasted mezcal, I thought it was overwhelming. It just punched me in the mouth with all the smokiness. And that's normally what people get when they drink any cocktail really with most of the mezcals out there. And so it took me a little bit of time to really understand the different levels of mezcal and how you can find some that work really, really well with cocktails. The issue that we had leading up to us creating this drink here, the Last Oaxacan, is that anytime that we try to use mezcal, it would overpower the entire cocktail, and all that you would taste was just smoke from the mezcal. Until we found this specific one here called Gul Roo, and this one here that we're gonna use is an Espadín Joven. And we actually met with the family that produces this. This is produced by a family in Oaxaca. What's different about this mezcal, it's that it's a lot more approachable. It's almost like it's tailored to the American palate. So it's really nice, call it entry-level mezcal that works really, really well with a variety of different cocktails because it doesn't overpower. It still lets you know that there's mezcal and that it's there. You get the smoky notes, you get all of the body and the essence of mezcal, but it doesn't take over the whole show. Then we're gonna introduce a couple of other really nice flavors. If you guys are familiar with the cocktail, The Last Word, it uses the same ingredients, but we're just gonna be swapping out the gin for the mezcal. We're gonna be using Green Chartreuse. That's just a very, very unique flavor. It's got so many different spices that they use. It's made by monks. It's a very secret family recipe. There's recipes out there that come close to the taste of this, but ultimately, chartreuse is chartreuse. Then we're also gonna be using Luxardo Maraschino Liqueur. This is gonna add a little bit of the sweetness to it, a little bit of a cherry profile. And then like most of the drinks that we use, we're gonna be using Yuzu Juice as opposed to lime juice because it's not as tart, it's not as acidic, it's a little bit more balanced, and it lets all of these other flavors play really, really well together. And then to end it off, we're gonna garnish it with a nice Maraschino Luxardo Cherry. And so we're gonna start off with the mezcal, and it's gonna be 1 ounce of everything. So starting off with the mezcal, we're gonna do 1 ounce. We're gonna do 1 ounce of chartreuse. And this is gonna be the green chartreuse. There's 2 different ones out there. There's a yellow chartreuse as well. But the yellow chartreuse, I call like the little brother of green chartreuse. The flavor, it's not gonna be as pronounced. It's almost like a little bit more acidic, bitter-ish kind of taste to it. The green chartreuse is just very bold, almost sweet in a way. Then we're gonna do 1 ounce of the Luxardo Maraschino Liqueur as well. This one smells and tastes really, really nice. And then to finish it off, we're gonna do 1 ounce of our Yuzu Juice. Yuzu Juice you can find at your Asian markets. It's not readily available all the time. Usually at the Asian markets you can find it. And it's when you use it in cocktails, you'll see the difference and you'll see why we do this. All right, so now we're gonna shake this up. It's gonna be served in a Nick and Nora glass. That's gonna be kind of like a fancy martini glass. Now we're gonna double strain this because we don't want any ice shards in there. we're gonna add our cherry as a garnish. You can use other cherries, but you'd only be cheating yourself. The gold standard of cherries has always been Luxardo. So we drop it in there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's the Last Oaxacan. All right, let's taste it out. It's very refreshing. You get the mezcal. There's definitely notes of smoke there, so you know that the mezcal is there, but it actually plays really well with the other flavors. So it's almost like you're getting a layered effect. So you get the mezcal on the nose and on the first sip, then you get a little bit of the chartreuse, and then you get some of the sweetness from the Luxardo Maraschino liqueur, and then it's balanced out with the yuzu. One of the most requested drinks that we have, and it's always nice getting somebody that says that they don't like mezcal to try this because they're pleasantly surprised. So that brings us to the end of this episode, but don't worry, we've been putting out weekly episodes, and if you guys have been liking the content that we've been putting out, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, share it with your other cocktail-loving friends, and let us know in the comments if you guys have been following along. What is it that you guys have been liking? Is there something in particular that you guys would like to see in any of the upcoming episodes? We love to hear it all. So until next time, thanks again for watching the Elixir Lounge.